Hey guys, you're watching Life on Unleaded. I'm Louis Karsberg, and today I'm living with a Maserati Granturismo.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Reeds drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. And I'm feeling good.
The Maserati Granturismo was released back in 2007 as their flagship Grand Tourer model, followed up by the Granturismo S, a more powerful model, and a hardcore stripped-out version, the MC Stradale, in 2008 and 2011 respectively. First off, I think this car is stunning. It looks so mean, but also quite soft at the same time. Sleek, but sharp. I also quite like the interior. There's not loads going on, but that's nice. Less is more is a lot better in my opinion. The leather's fantastic, and there's also really nice, suave Italian stitching, embossing on the headrest, and there's a really, really classy feel to the cabin. As you'd expect with the Grand Tourer, this car is very easy to drive. The gearbox is nice and smooth, it's not intimidating at all. The cabin's nice and quiet when you're driving along. You can fit two people in the back, and it's also got a 32 gig hard drive and a sat nav as well, so that's very handy. And of course, I've left the best till last, the sound. The noise this thing makes is absolutely incredible. It's easily the best sounding car that I've ever reviewed in the Life on Unleaded series. It sounds like a complete V8 symphony. If this thing was in the Royal Albert Hall, I'd pay money to go and see it. And I love the way this thing just burbles at low revs. It definitely keeps me entertained if I'm stuck in traffic. It's also got a lovely V8 crackle, and when you put your foot down to open the taps a bit, this thing sounds incredible. It's like a lion stepped on a piece of Lego. This particular Granturismo I'm driving is a 2008-08 with about 20,000 miles on it. It's probably worth about £40,000 at the moment, which is a bargain if you compare it to the fact that it cost over £80,000 brand new. If you're in the market for a Maserati Granturismo, you can get them even cheaper than that. You can probably find a 2007 with about 40,000 miles on it for about £35,000, and that's less than half its original list price over 6 years ago. However, in my opinion, I think it's worth spending the extra money and going for the 4.7 litre Maserati Granturismo S. You get more power, go for the MC Shift transmission option, which is just fantastic, and the Skyhook suspension, which is brilliant. With regards to maintenance, the servicing is done in yearly intervals or every 12,500 miles per Maserati. Two services, one is £1,100 and the other one is £1,600 depending on what year the car is. Warranties can be a bit tricky. Maserati only provide extended warranties to cars just before on the point of renewal for their warranty, much like what I mentioned about BMW in the M3 video last time. But don't worry, as always, on lifeonunleaded.com we've got resources that provide comprehensive warranties for a 2007 Maserati with about 40,000 miles on it for about £1,500. And when it comes to tyres, we found fronts for £100 to £350 a piece and rears at £250 to £450. I do love this nice big sleek GT. It's got fantastic character, but there are a few things that niggle me about it. The first being the ride quality. Now don't get me wrong, it is comfy, but not as comfy as I thought it would be. It's a bit hard at times, which is odd because it doesn't handle like a car with stiff suspension. I mean, the car's got loads of grip, and that's quite surprising actually, but it is good. However, the car feels a bit heavy, which is odd because the steering does feel quite sort of twitchy, which is great when you're going into corners, but not when you're going at high speed. It's a little bit nervous. The car doesn't really feel like a sports car, but then again, I guess it's not really meant to. The car's actually a lot longer and a lot wider than I thought it was going to be. I wouldn't say this car's hard to park, but it's definitely not a dodder. And lastly, the power is an issue for me. I know 400 horsepower sounds like a lot, and it is, don't get me wrong, but this thing weighs almost 2 tons. It is quick, but not astonishingly so. I know when they made the Granturismo they had nice, comfy, long journeys in mind, not astonishingly quick lap times, but I can't help feeling left just wanting a little bit more oomph. And also, with a car that would quite happily eat up European roads on a nice weekend away, you want to get at least 2 suitcases in the back, and this thing you probably just about managed to get 1. And Maserati have compensated for this lack of oomph with this sport button. This opens up the valves a little bit, stiffens the suspension and makes the throttle response a lot sharper. This definitely makes up for the somewhat lackluster standard mode, and it creates a much better driving experience, especially if you're going to give this thing the beans. Now, quite often these shortfalls in terms of performance come into question when people are comparing Maserati to Ferrari. Most commonly, people comparing a Maserati Granturismo to a Ferrari F430, which is quite a lot of the time deemed the sportier, quicker, better version to go for. But I disagree. The Ferrari might be the sportier, quicker version out of the two, but I think the Maserati Granturismo is a lot more elegant and refined. Not to mention, I think it's a lot better looking as well, in my opinion. And no matter how good you think the Ferrari is, you can't get a woman in the back of it, but you can in this, and there is a lot you can do with a woman in the back of a Maserati.
A little bit quicker.
Okay, right.
2 fingers.
Okay, I'll use 2 fingers. Oh, hang on. Oh. Oops.
That was quick.
That's never happened before, I'm really sorry.
It's in my hair.
What? In my opinion, Ferrari is a bit like that woman that goes to town, has a load of drinks, acts really loud, dances on the bars, on the tables, a bit of a party girl. Don't get me wrong, they're a lot of fun, but I wouldn't want to live with one. This car, however, is like a woman that's gorgeous, but not in a look at me kind of way. The car is a fantastic Grand Tourer that doesn't have to shout about it, although it does have a sound that'll make you weak at the knees. So that's what I thought it was like to live with a Maserati Granturismo. I hope you guys liked the video. We've got our car question of the day. Last month, you guys preferred the Mercedes C63 AMG over the BMW M3 or the Audi RS4. But this month, I want to know, what's your favourite? Ferrari or Maserati? And more importantly, what's your favourite model out of the lot? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to rate and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. First off, I think this car is stunning. It looks so mean, but also quite soft at the same time. And that sun is right in my face. Literally can't see a thing. At least you know the sun thing. At least you know the sun visors work on this.
No.
Thank you. See you later, guys. Clown.
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, the sun's back. Now. You ever watched Rev Run?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that's funny. He does this thing where he's like, woo-woo! Which one is your favourite model out the manufacturer's line? That was really long-winded. I didn't know, I was like saying it and I was like, oh, where am I going with this?
Yeah.
It's like, which is your favourite horse? Oh my god.